As many of us, I grew up playing Pokemon year after year, enjoying this franchise that made us who we are today. But as we grow old, we realize that these games get easier and easier. And to me, when you play a game, you need some challenge. And with a lack of challenge comes a lack of interest. Until this day, where I discovered Nuzlocke. And I wanted to share with you this adventure, this story. And what is the greatest way to enjoy a story to the fullest with the most passion that we could ever have? Replaying the first gen, but not the typical first gen. We are going to be playing on a fan-made Pokemon game called Pokemon Annual, created by Eric Lusty. The game plays out in the first gen region, but with every Pokemon from Gen 1 to Gen 9. And now you're asking yourself, where's the challenge here? Well, remember when I was talking about Nuzlocke? For those not familiar with the Nuzlocke, the rules are pretty simple. I can only catch the first Pokemon I encounter in the route. If the Pokemon faints, it is dead. No return, it's gone forever. I can't use any potions during the fight. And to top it all, the battle style is changed to set. So I can't switch out my Pokemon after an opponent's Pokemon faints. Considering my experience with strategy, which is pretty much none, this challenge is going to be very hard, very demanding. But with all my hopes and dreams around my team, I think we can make it. It all starts now. So I hope you're ready, because I am. So we start our journey in the region of Kanto in Palatown like in 1999. I feel old saying this. We instantly get caught by Professor Oak telling me that I'm nuts to go into the grass without Pokemon and asks me to go to his lab, which we are going to do. Once we get there, we get to meet his grandson, which I called Chat because my Twitch chat thought it was a good idea. And then comes the decision that everyone had to make at least once in his life. The choice that was so hard back in the day, choosing your starter. Since we're a noob, I think the best decision would be to take Squirtle, which we're going to name after a Twitch chatter because they deserve it. Squirtle's name is now going to be Hazzard. If you're watching this, Hazzard, I love you, my guy. We go back and we get apprehended by our rival that already wants to get whooped by my sweet little Hazzard, so we give him what he wants. The fight goes out quite easily and we get out. And before we do, Professor Oak talks to us and says he's worried about a third person missing and we should go look out for her in Viridian City, which is the next place we have to go. So I tell him, okay bro, and get out of the lab. It feels good walking back into those grass that we used to walk back in the day. We make it to Viridian and we finally get to meet the missing person. She introduces herself. Her name is Leaf. She said she knew that she had to go to the lab, but she never really left Viridian, so we kindly help her to get to the lab. We're back at the lab and the professor gives us the Pokedex and some Pokeballs to catch some new Pokemons for our dream team. We get out of the lab and we go to catch our first Pokemon. You can feel the tension. Are we getting a sick Pokemon or are we going to get scammed? What is it going to be? And we get a Mareep. Not so bad. Although he's going to be useless against the first arena, but I'm pretty sure in the next arena he's going to be great. So we're happy. Everything's great and we catch him. We decide to name him Sheep. Yeah, it's not really original, but what are you going to do about it? There's a kind lady that gives us an old rod so we can catch some water type Pokemon. But for now, we're going to catch somebody in the grass of Viridian City. And boom, we get a Timber, which is going to be massive for our team. We get him. Are we going to name him Kesha? You know the lady that used to sing this? I'm yelling Timber. Anyway, yes, I'm old and I don't care. We get to Route 20 and pray that we get an Nidoran to top the Seamoth. That would be perfect. And we get a Mankey. It's alright, we can still make something out of him. Unless I'm a stupid guy that throws 2 bubbles at him and kill him before he joins my team. Anyway, we got up Route 2 North and we get another Pokemon. And we get Seedot. Not bad, considering he becomes very good later on. And we decide to name it Zacky Town. Also a Twitch chatter, you're starting to get it. After some EXP grind, we go and meet Leaf, blocking the road to the forest. The fight is very easy, nothing to worry about. We wipe her, she's sad. Now the next fight, we go to the rival for our second encounter. The fight was kinda easy, we beat him, and it's time to head to the forest. Nothing really special in the forest, except that we get a Weedle. Not really interesting, but we could use him as a bait. We beat everyone in the forest and we get to Pewter City, where we can catch another Pokemon. And we're gonna get a Skitty. A good Pokemon, considering he can sleep Pokemon and attract them. But they can only attract them if they are different sex. Remember, that's important for later. We grind our levels a bit and we get to the museum, where we meet Brock, who's in love with all the fossils and old stuff. Until the Team Rocket appears and tells us that they need all the fossils. And Brock just tears his t-shirt off, manly, and shows off his muscles, and the Team Rocket decides to challenge us in a battle. The fight begins, he throws a Rattata. Kesha just wipes him off the ground with his Rock Smash. Now comes Ekans. And we switch back to Sheep with 3 Thunder Shocks. We'll defeat him. The Team Rocket gets out, they're defeated, and Brock is waiting us at the arena. In the meantime, Town evolved into Nuzleaf and Hazzard into Warthog. Our sheep evolves into a Flaffy. The fight is going to be hard, but I believe in my super highly trained team. We stand face to face, the fight begins. And Brock throws a Dwebble, and Hazzard is in the front line. Hazzard throws a water gun and decimates Dwebble. One hit KO. He can do nothing. Next up is Bonsley. We hit him with a water gun, but gets away with 1 HP. And he hit us with devastating Trailblaze, leaving Hazzard at mid HP. The move he used upped his speed, but I believe in Hazzard. We throw another water gun, but Bonsley is faster and attacks us before we can. And Hazzard tanks it. What a Giga Chad. We finally beat Bonsley. Brock is 2 Pokemons down. Next up is a Pokemon that I'm really scared of. Tyrant. His rock and dragon type makes it really scary. But I have a secret weapon. Sleep or Skitty, whatever you name it. I send him. He tanks the rock tomb. He sends the Stealth Rock, meaning that I will not be able to use Hazzard anymore. Because if I send him, he will die. So I have to play smart. I send the move Attract and it fails once and twice. And I even say this. Come on, man. You're so shit, bro. Remember when I said that Attract only works for the opposite sex of Pokemon? Well, yeah. I guess I know who's shit now. Anyway, we send Kesha. I'm yelling timber. Yeah, I know. I need to stop with this joke. I'm sorry. We send him and throw a low kick, which leaves him at 1 HP. He throws a dragon breath. Kesha tanks it like the goat that he is. Another low kick, and he's gone. Now the final Pokemon of Brock is Onyx. Kesha has way too low HP to stay, so I decide to sacrifice my Kakuna to set up Town. Thanks for your sacrifice, Kakuna. It will not be forgotten. We send Town. We throw a Synthesis to heal ourselves. And return of situations, the Onyx uses Roar, which makes Town go back on his Pokeball and sends the Pokemon that was on the field before him. Luckily for us, it's Kesha and not Hazzard. Otherwise, Hazzard would have died. We send back Town to finish him. Onyx uses Bulldoze, which is useless against him. He throws Sandstorm. We throw a devastating Vine Whip, which leads his bar to red. Onyx sends a Rock Tomb, but the Go Town tanks it. The Vine Whip is sent, and boom. Let's fucking go, baby. Onyx is defeated. Do you feel the tension and the passion that this game produces when you apply such rules? That is why I love to play it like this now. So we end the arena with 2 Pokemon gone. We make them a special box and we thank them for their work. Let's head to Route 3 where Pokemon trainers are waiting for us. Nothing really interesting here. We just got them all. But we get to catch another Pokemon here. And it's going to be Spinarak. We are going to name Upia 2.0 in memory of Upia. Yeah, I know I didn't say how I called Kakuna in the first place. I'm a starting YouTuber, please be kind. We arrive close to the entry of Mount Moon and we get to the Poke Center and a nice fisherman decides to give us a magic card for 500 Poke Dollars. I say, hell yeah, man. Come to the team, you sweet little thing. We name him Fish Boy. Can't wait for this guy to evolve. We get into the cave of Mount Moon and we were looking for a rock or a ground Pokemon. So our set moves are Gucci. And we walk into one wishing that we get a good luck and well, yeah. Further ahead, there's a goofy looking kind of guy named Don Prodigio. He says that he will trade some Pokemon if I give one of mine. So yeah, sorry Clefairy, but I need better. We agree and he wants to give me a Pomo. I accept it because it's anyway better than Clefairy. After some not really interesting fights, we get out of the cave and Leaf catches us and wants to fight with us. Let me make this clear. Do not make fun of any Pokemon in Nuzlocke. The fight starts. She sends her Mankey first. We open up with Kesha, and Mankey uses U-turn and switches back to Hoot Hoot. Look at my face now, making fun of him. Now, I'm gonna show you my face when he almost destroyed Kesha. Hoot Hoot. Oh! I forgot, dude. He almost died. Oh my god. Oh my god, so stupid. That is why you never make fun of Pokemon in a Nuzlocke. It can be fatal. After this scary moment, she sends out his Charmeleon. I send the Goat Hazzard, who after 2 water gun takes care of him, and she's already 2 Pokemons down. I send Sheep, and the Mankey attacks me and gets paralyzed, and decide to make another mistake by sending Town into Mankey. We then send Hazzard, and he gets hit with a huge Karate Chop. 15 HP left, but I believe in my boy Hazzard. He's faster than him. A water gun, and boom, his last Pokemon is down. Yeesh, that was way too close. Since we have access to this new zone, we get to meet our new friend Tinkating. What a great news. This Pokemon is really broken. Not a lot of weaknesses. We decide to rename him Broken. After we catch him, we go back to heal and decide to go further into the cave. There's some Team Rocket members there. We decide to take them out. First one is kind of easy. Nothing really special about it. And then there's the second one. He sends out Raticate. I have Broken first, and I don't know why I decide to skip a turn and put Kesha, so I send him. He gets hit with Hyper Fang once. Critical hit. And since I'm a risk taker, I decide to stay with Kesha. And then There goes our master Kesha, fallen in battle because of me. I will never forget you. We managed to beat the Team Rocket member, but at what cost? We lost one of our best Pokemons. We go further and meet another Rocket Team member. We managed to get his Sandile pretty easily. After that, sends a Nidorino, and still I lack the experience in terms of type weaknesses and strength. I switch in between Pokemons and send Palmo. I throw a Thunder Shock, leaving him really low HP. I throw another one, but he attacks first with Poison Fang, leaves me with 2 HP. What shouldn't have happened. Palmo got poisoned and died. Man, I'm really letting down my team. They are really trying their best and I'm just not what a leader is supposed to be. We send out Hazzard that gets him and the fight is over. I think I need some time to think about what I've done in this cave and try to be a better Pokemon trainer. To make all my Pokemon proud of me and protect them better. I'll catch you guys in the next one.